Hi, I'm Dr. Duffy, and this is Sophie. And she's here to remind me that maybe the biggest question you have to ask somebody about whether they're a keeper or not is, are they a dog person or a cat person or a fish person, right? How do you know if the person you're with is a keeper? I'm a psychiatrist at Georgia College's Counseling Center, and I'm hoping you'll find this video thought-provoking and useful in answering this question. I know that dating is not just about mate selection, and you might go on dates with people you think might be fun, but you already know ahead of time you'd never marry them. A date is, after all, not a job interview. Nonetheless, I would like for you to consider taking a minute and memorizing a device to help you decide whether the person you're dating might be a keeper or not. I call it the 8 P's, and the more P's a date has, the better partner they might make. So, if you want, pause this to get a paper and pen to take them down. Okay, here they are. Now we know there's no ideal partner, but if there were such a thing, the ideal partner would be passionate, permanent, partner ready, problem solving, productive, personable, protective, and potential parent material. When you date, keep these 8 P's in mind. Partners are just human, and your partner understandably may not do as well in some areas as others. And you're going to need to decide which qualities are essential to you. Now, I'm going to go into more detail about each quality, and I hope you can use these details to trigger thoughts about your partner without getting too a good partner doesn't growl. I'm going into more detail about each quality, hoping you can use these details to trigger thoughts about your partner without getting too bogged down in thinking about each detail. I'm going to intentionally speak more slowly to give you a chance to jot down a note before the next idea comes up. Being a Southerner, I don't think this will be too hard for me, but if the slowness and the content taxes your patience, I'm sorry. If you want to see these details all written out, you can use the link in the YouTube notes to go to a PDF of the book Search, A Guide for College and Life that my wife and I have written. So let's look at these P's. Passionate, that's the first one, maybe the most important one. Could you love your partner? Could your partner love you? Have they shown you already that you're a priority in their life? Have there been times when they should have and they didn't? Permanent. Can you count on your relationship to be permanent? Does your partner have a dangerous future occupation that could result in their death? Is your partner in good health? Do they have a history of being unfaithful in past relationships? Partner ready. Is your partner ready to be an active partner in solving the problems of daily life? A good partner accepts advice from their mate. Can you think of examples where they've taken advice from their own parents or their boss? Can they receive guidance from people regardless of their sex? Do they look at life the same way you do? Do you believe the same things? If you want to raise a child, could you agree on how to parent? Do you have the same dreams? Partnership ordinarily involves a sexual partnership. Are you and your partner sexually compatible? The next P is problem solving. Is your partner a problem solver, or is he a problem? Have they shown intelligence, persistence, and the ability to tolerate frustration when they try to solve problems? Have you worked together to solve problems? So much of life is about problem solving. The next P is productive. Do they have the skills and personality that they need to keep a job and be a productive joint provider for you and your child if you want to have or adopt a child? If they have difficulty taking responsibility for their mistakes and always blame their boss, they may have problems keeping a job. Do they have a legal history that will hold them back? Personable. When you're in love, it's easy to overlook faults in your partner or think you can change their personality with your love and care. After all their years of being a certain way, it may be quite difficult for your partner to change their views and approach to daily life. Are they usually happy and satisfied with life, or are they always down on themselves? If they view themselves as a victim, will they start to blame you for holding them back? Does your partner think about others? Are they self centered? If you have a child and your partner is demanding, will they become like a jealous child when you show attention to your other child? What evidence do you have that your partner can trust? Is your partner honest and trustworthy? For example, do they tell you what you want to hear to avoid conflict? If you've talked about having a child in the future, did they say to you only what you wanted to hear? Does your partner exercise self control by saying no to themselves or to their friends when necessary? Do they have healthy boundaries? Can they say no to requests in order to prioritize you and your relationship? Would your partner make impulsive decisions that would affect you or your future child if you want to have one? Do they think about the future and live in the present? Do they take care of their health, responsibilities, and things properly? Do they manage alcohol and medicines in healthy ways? Are they too judgmental? The other P is protective. Is your partner looking out for you? Have they been protective of you? Or do you feel worried about being protected from them? Have they been violent towards you? Have they isolated you from your friends, shown unjustified jealous, or bullied you? Would they bully a future child if you had one? Will living with your partner place a future child in a dangerous situation because the people around them are unpredictable and the child would end up being insecure? Would you be living in an unsafe neighborhood? Would you have to live with a partner or their relatives who are unstable because of their addictions or mental illness? If you wanted to adopt a child, do they have a history that would disqualify them? Parent material. Whether you want to have a child or not, it's important to think about this as whether they could parent. Many normal people choose not to have or adopt children, but if you decide to in the future, will your partner be able to be close to your child? How have they done at child care experiences like babysitting, working with campers, or taking care of brothers and sisters? Are they a responsible pet owner? Ha ha. How do they respond in situations around other people's loud, needy, messy children? Some partners step up to parenthood while others aren't ready. Can you make a clear decision about their potential passion for being a parent? What examples of them making sacrifices for others might make you think they would make sacrifices for a future child or you? Will they put you and a future child first? Do they have other obligations that make you and any child you would have a lower priority? If you already have a child, is your child a priority as well? How they treat others, especially people like the parents and those in a service role like store clerks, secretaries, or waitresses, may give you a clue about how they will treat you and your child. Have you seen them be kind, considerate, helpful, and loving to their parents in various situations over a long period? If your partner is suspicious of you despite your efforts to earn their trust, they might also have trouble having a close, trusting relationship with your future child. If you want to have children eventually, the essential question is, does your partner pass enough of these questions for you to bring a child into the relationship? If you've been patient and managed to get through this long, detailed video, do you have a gut feeling now that you want to consider? A gut feeling about your partner? Thank you for watching. I hope this is helpful. Bye-bye.